with a little bit of a cold, so forgive me. Let's get to some Nintendo news. So Banjo-Kazooie was a big game for the Nintendo 64, had a lot of fans, and it even had a sequel, but then, as you probably know, the company that created that game, Rare, was purchased by Microsoft, and so Banjo-Kazooie, a sequel for Banjo-Kazooie, is not likely, and especially not for a Nintendo platform. However, the creators of that game have long since left Rare, because Microsoft basically destroyed Rare. They bought it just to gut it and make it into nothing. So that's a rant for another time. But the point is, those people who created Banjo-Kazooie have since moved on and done other things, and now they're coming together, 6 of them, to create what they consider to be the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. Now, they can't actually make an actual sequel to Banjo-Kazooie because Rare still has the rights. Rare is still owned by Microsoft. That's not going to happen. But they can make something that's like Banjo-Kazooie. Kind of like with the issue with the creator of Mega Man, leaving Capcom and then making something now that's a lot like Mega Man, but not exactly like Mega Man because Capcom would not be happy about that. So it should be pretty interesting. They have been through this process before. They have said like a year or two ago that they were doing this exact same thing, but then came forward and said, oh, actually that didn't pan out. We didn't have the funding. Now they say we absolutely have the funding. It will happen. So that'll be something interesting to look forward to. Our next story is just a rumor, so don't just take this with a grain of salt. Take this with a whole cup of salt. Take this with a whole cylinder container of salt. And it is that some GameStop employees claim that the next 3DS Zelda game is Twilight Princess 3D. There's so much fail with that. It's so unlikely for so many reasons, but let's just start with the GameStop employee thing, right? So first of all, these random GameStop employees, how have they seen anything? Majora's Mask 3D is just now coming out. The only time a GameStop employee would see anything that would hint to them about a future game is when it's in their system, and surely there's nothing in their system that says Twilight Princess 3D, because the soonest that a new Zelda 3DS game could be released is about a year after Majora's Mask 3D. So they wouldn't even be seeing anything like that until like a month or two at the earliest before so basically in 10 months is the soonest they could possibly see anything, and even then doesn't seem likely. So there's that whole thing aside. Twilight Princess 3D would be the next 3DS Zelda game. That doesn't make any sense within of itself, because Nintendo has made a point of saying we want to, sure, we'll do some remakes, but they have this pattern, right, where they go Ocarina of Time 3DS, A Link Between Worlds, brand new game. Majora's Mask 3DS, what's next? Definitely not a remake. It's going to be a brand new game. Maybe after that, Twilight Princess 3DS, but that's at least 2 years down the line, if not 3, so as much as I would like a 3DS remake of Twilight Princess, it's not happening anytime soon. Certainly not soon enough for these supposed GameStop employees to have seen or know anything, that's for sure. But anyways, that's the only reason why I'm commenting on this rumor, is just to point out how completely ridiculous it is, because I'm sure you've seen it and maybe it's gotten your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. But that is it for this episode of Nintendo News. See you guys tomorrow for more news. Bye, guys.